So it's time now for the closing. We're going to have a 1-minute closing, and we're going to reverse the order. So
the Daily Breeze, in endorsing me today, focused on the fact that they think experience is important given our economic times. I agree that during tough economic times, experience counts, but I also believe that you need the right experience for the right time. As a parent, the only parent running for city council, I have a more in-depth perspective on what's going on in family issues. As a financial expert turning around companies, I have the best experience to be able to make sure that we can, as a city, not only come into this economic crisis with financial health, but come out of it. So I thank you for tonight, and I ask for your vote on March 3rd.
Thank you, Nick. Wayne, that's all yours.
Well, again, I want to thank the Chamber, and I want to thank American Martyrs for having this forum. Again, I love Manhattan Beach. I've dedicated 13 years to giving back to our community. For people who have followed me on the various commissions for 9 years, I welcome public input. I love the input that we get. It makes for great decision making. I'm all for inclusive government, having people participate in the process. I would actually like to see the public input portion of the agenda for city council meetings moved from the end of the meeting to the beginning of the meeting. It would allow for more participation. Also, I'd like to emphasize my expertise, financial expertise, at working to balance budgets. That's what I do for a living, and I believe, again, that's extremely important going forward. We need to balance our budget. Again, vote on March 3rd, and I hope to earn one of your votes. Thank you.
Thank you, Wayne. Kathleen?
Again, I also want to thank everyone, Martyrs, the Chamber, all of you here today, and also my husband. Thank you for supporting me throughout this campaign. And why should you vote for me? Why should I get one of your 3 votes? You know, we all love Manhattan Beach, every one of us here in this room. And many of us have been community volunteers. Why should you vote for me? I am smart, I am experienced, I am tough, but I am fair. I will not always agree with you. I can guarantee you that. Even my own husband, he's a Red Sox fan, I'm a Yankees fan. It happens. But I will always listen to you, always. And I will always hear you, which is just as important. I'm secure enough to know that my opinion is not always the right one. I am open-minded enough to consider all the options. And as the Daily Breeze pointed out in its endorsement of me this morning, I'm also the only candidate who's running, and I'd be the only council person, if elected, who lives on the east side of the city. And I will bring that particular perspective as a resident from the east side to council with me. However, I will be representing all of the residents. It will be my absolute honor and privilege to do so. It has been as a commissioner. It will be as your city councilwoman. I ask for your vote on March 3rd. Thank you very much.
Kathleen, thank you. Richard?
I think the last 4 years on council, people tell you, and residents tell you the most, that they remember most about me. They'll say they appreciate the fact that you make quality of life issues number one, and that they look at you and look at the programs you've done at Miracosta and other things have happened around the school and parking and making things work. Not only that, they say, well, other things we like about it, the fact that you've made these mayor's copies around the city. You go east side and west side, during the month. They can sit and talk to you on a casual basis. No one dressed up, no apprehension coming to speak in front of council. Just one-on-one, you and them. I won't believe if people come and talk to you. That's where they feel comfortable. How many good ideas and comments you can say just by being accessible. That's the key. And in serving with Nick on the finance committee, that's where you see the real meat and potatoes, and you get to see work with a great CPA like Tim, who's our treasurer, who protects a $47 million investment, not our cash reserves, $47 million investment fund that we have, and that's still there and no net loss. That's the key you have to remember. That's what we're doing moving forward. But I'll make it 3 for 3. The Breeze endorsement, they said nothing beats experience. I agree. I'll take your vote on March 3rd. Thank you.
Richard, thank you. And Peter?
I'll tell you this much, I'm canceling my Daily Breeze subscription. Look, the other 4 candidates here, they have fantastic experience. They have all kinds of years of service within the city. I think that's fantastic. I have none. They may think that's a weakness. I think it's my best strength. I'm an outsider looking in. I'm a resident of Manhattan Beach. I love this city just like everybody else loves it. I'm young. I offer new ideas and a fresh perspective. I want to, I got new blood, new energy, and I want to be your council member. I'm here before you today These things aren't easy, believe me. I used to tell my actors to go into rooms and just deal with it, and then when you get in front of a crowd, you can see what the problem is. But for those of you with pens, I'm available 24/7. You can call me anytime. My number is 310-904-8186. You can meet me in the back of the room. I got cards and pamphlets and all that good stuff. And again, I'd like to thank the Chamber and American Martyrs for hosting tonight. It's great to see all of you out here. Please vote March 3rd. Thank you.
And thank you, Peter. Thanks to all of you. Before we break up, I do have 3 very quick thank yous, and a couple of them have already been mentioned. I would be remiss, and I saw Monsignor Berry running around here for a few minutes early on in the discussion tonight, if I didn't say on behalf of the Chamber, thank you to American Martyrs and Monsignor Berry as our host for this evening. We appreciate it very, very much. Second thing, I want to thank our candidates. It takes a lot to be a public servant, a lot of your personal commitment, a lot of things that affect your family, and they're the things that they sacrifice on your behalf. So I want to say thank you to them as candidates, whether successful or not. I think it's very important to be a public servant, and their role and their efforts are something we should all applaud. And the last thing is I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to all of you. I'll look forward to seeing you at the ballot booth on March 3rd. Appreciate the fact you came out, spent some of your time this evening to learn more about these individuals. And whether you see, and if you see this again during the next week as it gets put on the web and elsewhere, or if you see your friends, remind them that Election Day is next Tuesday and it's important to come out and vote. Thank you all.
Thank you all for coming, and I really want to thank again Chevron for all they did, and for Rod. He just loves being up here. And thank you to our chairman of the board. And Miss Kramer, Mrs. Kramer. So thank you all for coming, and check on our email, manhattanbeachchamber.net, for more things like this that are going on.
Thank you.